Namaste friends. Today a new place, that is the Kannur fort. When you say Kannur, Kannur means there are two versions. One is a beautiful place. The other one is that listen. These are the two words the people say about Kannur. The Kannur is actually, if you truly speak about a place of martial arts on the Vadakke Malabar, there are Vadakan, that is northern side, and the southern side. So northern side, martial arts. How the martial arts name has come? Mars. It's a Greek word, the god Mars, the Mars. From that the name came martial arts. Actually it is invented, it is begun in Kerala. From Kerala, the Bodhidharman had, when his father had been to China, when Bodhidharman was a very small boy, they had taught the Chinese. That is on the Shaolin way. So you know the mother of all the martial arts is the Kalaripayattu of us, that's Kerala's. We are so proud of it. Today all over the world is trying to become the martial arts chief. So that is begun from Kerala. So when I am talking about the Kannur fort from my viewpoint, I would say it's a military war museum, because during the excavation by the archaeological department of the government of India, I think it's in somewhere in 2015, they found thousands of cannonballs weighing tons of kilos. This all for the military purpose. They had again kept in the hole properly, probably. So this is what is all about Kannur fort. Initially the Kannur fort, the land was given by the Kolatiri king to the Portuguese, that is when Vasco da Gama was in our land, and then Vasco da Gama, the Portuguese people had built a wooden fort, and then the wooden fort later the Dutch conquered and they took over from Portuguese, and then it became of Dutch property. Then the English came in 17 and 18 and they conquered and took over from by the fort by the East India Company. So the story goes that now of course it is government of India's. So the fort is fortified and modified and made it beautiful. It has a sound and light show in the night, and it is a beautiful place, and lots of tourists come. One of the most important attractions in North Malabar, in Kannur district, this Kannur fort now, because overlooking from the Kannur fort, you can see the huge Arabian Sea and also the fishing harbour of Kannur, which is of course a modern one now, and you can see something about in the good daylight. You can see almost more than 25 kilometers distance from this fort on the top, and there's a lot of flowers and gardens and vegetations and huge cannons, so the children would know what kind of cannons were used during those days rather than showing in the picture. It's a lovely thing. Please visit. Kannur, the Saint Angelo Fort. You could see this. This is triangular in shape, facing the Arabian Sea, situated about 3 kilometers from Kannur, the city in Kerala state in South India. The fort is the most important historical monument and a popular tourist attraction in the district of Kannur, though there is Bekal Fort in the Kasaragod district. The history is this, that in 1498, that's on the 15th century, during Vasco da Gama's visit to India, the local Kolatiri king granted the land to Portuguese to build a settlement in the present day Kerala. In 1505, he gave the Portuguese leader, that was Francisco de Almeida, the permission to build a fort at the site. A wooden fort was completed where they led a garrison of 150 Portuguese men, it seems, it was told, and controlled two ships in the sea. And in 1507, they started the construction of a stone fort at the site. Now, after this, the fort provided naval supplies for the Portuguese conquest of Goa, because Goa was the seat of Portuguese in India, and for the Portuguese battles against Mamluk. The local Portuguese settlement at Kannur had no source of revenue. The fort's expenses were all met by the funding from Goa, naturally. And then in 1663, around, the Dutch captured the fort from the Portuguese. They conquered and they captured. Then the Dutch modernized the fort and built the bastions like Hollandia, Zealandia, and Frieslandia, like that are the major features of the present structure. The original Portuguese was this fort was pulled down later. A painting of this fort and the fishing ferry behind it can be seen in the Rijksmuseum Museum in Amsterdam in Netherlands. That's the Dutch base. The Dutch sold the fort to King Ali Raja of Arakkal dynasty in the year 1772. But in next few years time, that is in 1790, the British East India Company seized it and used it as the chief military station in Malabar until India got its freedom in 1947. As you see the Arabian Sea from the fort, just in one of the pillars, when you stand over there, you can see the beautiful Arabian Sea, almost in bluish and little bit in turquoise color. Some part of the sea can see it widely. As you see, the in the Arabian Sea, in this part, when the enemies come, it is well visible from here. You can see the shells. These are the cells which for the soldiers. There are many from one side to the other, lots of them. And here the place they found lots of cannonballs when they excavated the area. It's beautifully structured with proper steps, easily to climb up for the soldiers. As you see, the width is very small, not very huge. It's easy for them to step up, and you can see all the cells down. And the other side, now it's for the tourism purpose. At that time there was no fencing. This fencing is done later, and it's a real nature's gift. See, these are the cells you can see. It's a huge compound, and of course, it is the paintings are all gone now because it's under archaeological department, and there's a good garden, and it also has a sound and light show every night. Of course, not now due to the COVID, but otherwise it was doing very well. This is one of the best captured site for the sound, see the light and sound music show. Of course, you got to take the permission and pay for to do this. And now it's a beautiful garden and good trees. You can see the cannons facing the Arabian Sea. There were many, but it's been held behind as this is kept for the tourism purpose. From the existing ones, you can see the many tourists who are thronging this area. A good garden, which is really well maintained, beautifully maintained. And from this side, actually, you can see the fisheries of the Kannur Valavattanam area. If you stand up on the top, you can see almost about the clear sea, 25 kilometers almost, you get the good view. And it is pretty hot. This is in the month of April, so you could see people come and take in the rest in the. This is the entrance door. You can see the shape and the form it is made. Something very special. It is just impossible for if even if 10 soldiers come to get it open because it has all sharp edges. is in the Kannur military base area. It's protected as a monument under the Archaeological Survey of India, and somewhere around 2015, I believe, thousands of cannonballs weighing several kilos were discovered from the fort premises during the excavation. Believes these were buried as part of military preparedness during those days. Could be by the English, could be by the Dutch. The cannons loaded onto the bastions offer insight into the many adventures that the fort was witness to. There are many structures to explore while at the fort, like the lighthouses. You can see the jail built onto the northern rampart wall. You can see it very well. I've seen it. The stables which run from east to west, the church ammunition depot, sentry box, and so on. So this is what is our Kannur fort, which is very famous.